Look at your screen right now. If you see a vibrant pinkish purple color, your brain is lying to you. There is no such thing as magenta. It is a color that physically does not exist. Physics does not recognize it. If you look at a natural rainbow, you are seeing a physical timeline of light: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. Magenta is nowhere to be found because it cannot exist in the natural spectrum of light. This creates a problem. Why does the human eye consistently see a color that the physical universe explicitly forbids? Solving this requires looking at how we actually measure light in the real world, rather than how we perceive it. Magenta isn't a property of light at all. It is a biological workaround for a physical reality that our eyes aren't built to handle. Light exists on the electromagnetic spectrum, a strict timeline of energy waves. At one end, around 700 nanometers, sits red light. At the opposite end, near 400 nanometers, is violet and blue. Because light travels linearly, red and blue are physical opposites without overlap. To process this light, your retina uses three specific types of color-detecting cells: red cones, green cones, and blue cones. These three sensors are the only tools the brain has to interpret light hitting your eye. While the universe operates on a straight line, our biology bends it into a closed color wheel, setting the stage for a massive system failure.
When light hits between primary receptors, the brain calculates a middle point, averaging the incoming signals. On the spectrum, the exact middle point between red and blue light is green. But hitting the eye with pure red and pure blue simultaneously creates a paradox. The brain's math expects green, but the green cones report zero light. It's a logical contradiction. Your visual cortex crashes. It cannot show you green, but it has to show you something to resolve the impossible input. To patch the broken loop, your brain invents a new perception that doesn't physically exist. Magenta is the visual cortex's internal error screen, a hallucination generated to hide a mathematical impossibility. A scientific spectrometer proves this. When it analyzes a magenta screen, it doesn't find a single magenta value. Instead, it shows two separate peaks, one in the red zone and one in the blue zone. The machine sees the literal reality of the radiation, two distinct separate wavelengths that never merge. Even physical magenta ink is just a material engineered to subtract green light from your field of vision, triggering that same biological error. This proves that color is not an intrinsic property of the universe. Space is filled with radiation and energy, but it contains no actual color. Your brain takes those invisible raw wavelengths and renders the entire palette you live inside. Magenta is the glitch that reveals the truth. We are not observing the world as it is, but experiencing a custom-rendered simulation created by our own visual cortex.